How's it going, everybody? Combo here. Today we got 5 quick tips with the Fcar, also known as the sweatiest weapon in the history of the finals. This weapon's undergone a ton of changes, but generally right now I'd say it's in a good place where it's not too strong, but at the end of the day, if you know what you're doing, you can absolutely roll heads with this thing. I'm not here to waste your guys' time though, I'm here to show you how to make it work, so without any further ado, let's get right into it. Starting things out at number 1, we have Recoil Management. Now this is super important with any, automatic weapon in this game, but specifically with the Fcar because it has a ton of visual recoil, you really gotta understand what you're doing. If you don't know what visual recoil is, it's essentially a manual adjustment made by the developers to adjust a weapon to fire a different way. And what I mean by that with the Fcar is they came in and said, hey, this thing's too stable, we're gonna adjust that. And you'll see that in this little test right here. So I'm gonna fire the whole magazine into this wall, not gonna control the recoil at all. I want you to pay attention to rounds 4 through 7 so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm firing, as you can see right here, rounds 4 through 7 kick super hard. So 4, 5, 6, 7, these are kind of the outliers, you know what I'm saying? So the way to manage this, if you're on PC, controller, doesn't matter, you have 2 options. The first is to increase your sensitivity, so when that kick does occur, you can adjust for it better. The other option is to listen for the 4 rounds to be shot. As soon as you hear that 4th round, I hold to the left very hard to maintain that recoil. Do those things and it should look a little something like this. So I hear that 4th round, I bring it back down to the center. Once again, you might have a couple outliers like this, but generally it's not really a big deal. I'll do it one more time. Once you practice with it, as you can see, I hear that 4th shot, I pull it back down to the center. It's really not a big deal. You're probably gonna have a couple outliers because like I said, the recoil on that just doesn't feel natural, but at the end of the day, if you give it time, I promise you'll get it down. Next up at number 2, we have burst and tap firing. Now this is mostly for those targets that are at those longer ranges, but 20 meters and in, you can always go full auto. I'm about 20 meters to this medium target right here. As you can see, as long as I practice that recoil, I have no issues going full auto. But if I'm past 30 meters with these little targets right here, I can try to go full auto and maybe hit some shots, but those are targets that are standing still and I am struggling. So what I like to do is tap fire. That's pretty simple. It's like the name implies. Just tap on these targets. As you can see, I can hit them. And what I love about the Fcar is this doesn't really have a range cap. As you can see, as long as you're practicing it, you really don't have any issues doing this. The other option you have is burst fire. Now, as I showed with the recoil management, you do not want to go past the 4th shot. I would keep it at 3. If I go 1, 2, 3, 4, as you can see, I get that really unnatural kick. As you can see right here, which is going to throw your aim off. Keep it to 3 burst, as you can see right here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And this is also good for those longer ranges. It just kind of depends on the situation you find yourself in. You can always go tap fire like this, and then maybe go into a 3-round burst to finish a target off. Comes down to preference. I prefer tap firing. You can also do 3-round burst, whatever works best for you. Next up at number 3, we have hip firing. Now the hip fire on the Fcar, I wanted to put this in its own tip to draw as much attention as I could to it because in my opinion, the Fcar has the best hip fire out of any rifle in the entire game. And I'll show you that right here. So we're sitting at about 5 meters right now. Looking at this target, it's moving around. Most other rifles would really struggle here, but with the Fcar, even if I'm moving around, as you can see, I absolutely shred that target. Another one right here, even if I slide in on this target, get in his face, as you can see, the Fcar is able to take him out. And what's really nice about this, if you get close enough to targets, you can actually hit headshots pretty consistently. So same thing right here, I'm looking at this target, as you can see, I can light him up with headshots. So don't underestimate it. If a target is in your face, especially because the recoil can be kind of unnatural, just hip fire him. You're gonna have the same level of success. Next up at number 4, we have something similar to the hip fire. We have the hip to ADS method. Now you might think I'm kind of weird for this, but once again, if I'm looking at a target right here and I want to start shooting him, sometimes you have targets that move around. Because of that unnatural recoil, as you can see right there, it kicks super far to the right. One option you have if you really struggle with that kick is to shoot the first 4 rounds in the hip fire state, then aim down sights to finish them off. So what that's gonna look like, I like to start crouched like this. So if I'm engaging a target, first 4 I crouch, I come, I aim down sights, and what that allows you to do is essentially cancel out the recoil of those first 4 shots that give you that weird kick. So I'll show you that one more time right here. I'm looking at this target, first 4 hip fire, come, aim down sights, and hit the target. Same thing right here, first 4 hip fire. As you can see, you really don't have any issue hitting those shots. I'm not sure why I didn't finish them off right there. Same thing, I'll show it right here. First 4 here, come up, hit those shots. For me, this really helps sometimes, especially like I said, if I'm not expecting that kick, it can be kind of tough to get back, on your target, especially if you have a lower sensitivity. So I really like to throw this out for people because once again, that fourth shot can be very jarring. And if you don't like doing it, once again, start from the hip, pop up afterwards, and hit those headshots. And finally, at number 5, we have the Loadout. Now, as I said, the Fcar is like the sweatiest weapon in the game and the most versatile. So for me, I want my Loadout to mirror that. So I'm gonna run through everything I use, why you should try it, and also why it's good. So starting things out, I love to use the dematerializer. There's a couple reasons for this. Firstly, if I run up to a barricade like this, and let's say I wanna engage that target, I can do it on my terms. So I break this down, come out, hit my shots, and boom. Now there's a wall there again, so I can just get away. Super strong. It can also let you kind of juke people out, so you can like run through a door, or run through a wall really, and then close that wall off. Really strong, unless you're fighting somebody with a sledgehammer. But the other thing I like to use here is the jump pad. This is good for putting underneath a cash out if you want to make it tough for people to get it. But also, it's just really good for movement, so I love to use my jump pads. I also like to use the frag grenade because for me, having 2 high damage grenades on a short cooldown is really strong. Also being able to throw them at targets is really easy to finish off with the Fcar. As you can see right here, if they're injured, I can just tap fire. Pretty good there. Additionally, if you have things like goo, somebody's using a goo gun or goo grenades, you can put down a frag, blow up their goo. It's just really good for countering certain things. Finally, I love the data reshaper because to me, this thing is so versatile. As you can see right here, oh hey look, there's a bunch of barrels now. There's an objective in front of me. I chuck barrels. What I can also do is I can shoot a barrel with the Fcar like so, take that barrel, chuck it on. And because the Fcar is so stable, if you wanted to also, this is pretty fun. I love doing this. If I take my data reshaper here, that's not exactly the barrel I wanted, but what I was gonna say is you can actually shoot barrels out of the sky pretty easily, which can catch people off guard. So I love the data reshaper, and I think it really fits well into that versatile playstyle. Anyways, everyone, I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to let me know in the comments section down below. I'm really sorry if this video felt kind of rambly. I can go on for hours about weapons that I'm passionate about. And with the Fcar, now that it's not like the absolute menace it used to be, it's really cool to be able to talk about it and show you guys some stuff I've picked up over time. Anyways, I'm done rambling. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if I missed anything important in the comments section down below. But yeah, this has been Combo. Stay home, stay safe, and peace out, everybody. Later.